All right, we have a recap. Is this a recap? This is a recap. I actually did an outlook for once. This is a recap for Monday, January 19th through Friday, 23rd. All right. What was my outlook? I don't actually fucking remember. I'm gonna be so for real. Oh, I assume it was weekly gap holds and we go higher. Yeah, based on what I have marked out here, that makes sense. Anyway, how do we start the week? We had that crazy tariff news Monday, Tuesday. Big reaction higher on euro, right? Pound was a little tame. Dollar was also pretty bearish. Formed a daily bullish gap on euro. So we smacked that shit. Because when we traded into that daily gap, as you can see here, Wednesday and then Thursday purges Wednesday. And here we have Wednesday and then Thursday, and it doesn't purge on pound. So we have daily consecutive candle SMT on that rundown into the daily gap. We run into the daily gap here. And then we can see consolidation here above this order block once we had closed above it in Asia. So I woke up in London. We had closed above the order block and we're just chilling above it. Smacked my limit. Price ran down, filled it, consolidated a little bit more, then rallied, hit 2R really quickly. And then we had a big continuation higher. So very bullish euro. I guess that kind of goes against the outlook, but fuck it, dude. We fucking took a trade off it and took a win off it. Cause you know what I'm saying? I'm not like married to a bias. I'm not at all. We have also this silver trade that I had outlined where I was like last week I should have entered this like on Friday in the previous week and I missed this, and then I saw it on the weekend and put it in the outlook that I was gonna set my limit there once we open. But no point in doing that because once we opened, we instantly hit where TP would have been, completed the move. So unfortunately, if we had entered this on Friday, this could have been a nice move. Unfortunately, yeah, I missed that. So we missed that setup. We smacked dollar though, and safe to say with the bearish dollar, that has freed up silver and gold to continue on their rampage. Fucking these motherfuckers are flying, and it makes a lot of sense just based off like the political and economic state of the world right now. No Jaden Smith, but yeah, man, like gold is obviously like a safe haven when things get unsure and maybe volatile on what like could happen, what could go wrong. A lot of things could get a lot worse pretty quickly if a few people in the world start doing stupid shit. Everything kind of going downhill this year to start the year, right? Fucking Americans being murdered and shit in their own country by the government. That's nuts. Anyway, so with all that, gold and silver are predisposed to go higher and higher and higher and higher. And dollar is taking a big hit. So euro and pound are also going higher. And then we have the problem child of the year so far. The indices further stuck in consolidation. Don't even care to look at them. They can go fuck themselves. All right, that's the recap, right? We had a trade, a win, easy peasy week, and we obviously missed that silver trade, so it could have been 4R, end up with 2R. Yeah, man, that's cool. Nothing else really happened, right? Obviously, gold and silver just fucking rallied, no retrace, so not gonna be able to get a trade in this week. Maybe we get a retracement next week. Realistically, we rip for another 5 days. And then euro and pound obviously going into next week. Yeah, fuck it, bro. I'm not even gonna do a recap. I'm outlook separately. I'm just gonna flow into one here. What is my outlook? Well, big bearish candle on Dixie. I'm fucking bearish, right? We have this displacement here could turn into a daily gap for continuation lower. Same thing on euro, same thing on pound. I don't think we're going to run down into this gap. This should stay open most likely. We should get a gap here and then potentially use that if anything. Other than that, we have these two relative equal highs as a target on pound, completing the monthly internal to external run that I actually had my eye on. Then we have this high on euro. And corresponding to that, do we have a dollar low? Yes, we have this low on dollar. So those are the drawn liquidities for the week. Gold and silver, we think rip, rip, rip. And then indices, no opinion, bro. They just they gotta do something, and then I'll have an opinion, right? Like if we look at indices, right, this is what they're doing, right? They're in this range, and they go rally into the upper quadrant, retrace into the lower quadrant, rally almost into the upper quadrant, retrace to equilibrium, rally into the upper quadrant, run down into this quadrant. We're just consolidating. So, fuck indices at the moment, bro. Can't wait for those fuckers to get clean. Bonds kind of not participating in the rally. That is something to note. We don't. Whoa, my chair just fucking zipped out of the support mode. Almost fell down. We don't have necessarily bond support on this move. So, not everything's in sync. Where, euro and pound are ripping like crazy. You'd want to see bonds be doing the same thing. So that is something to keep an eye on. Also, if bonds start ripping higher as well, then we're really looking at some potential for a big move and a clean move. If they don't, it can obviously still happen, but having that intermarket relative movements being in sync or whatever, however we want to call it, the markets being in sync is always a good thing if you want to have clean moves. So, that's also something to watch. I guess just add that into the outlook here, and that's kind of it. I mean, it's simple. It's simple. There's not much to say.